Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. I'm Crash Rowsell, and it's once again time to crash the Skylanders with another, well, actually the first, of me showing off my PS3 games collection. As you can see, this shelf right here is empty because that was filled with my PlayStation 3 games. Now, I'm a Sony guy. I really am, but I appreciate all consoles, don't worry. I have myself a Wii U. I have like Sega Genesis, Nintendo, stuff like that. Don't have anything on my Xbox though. I did own an Xbox 360 before, but I sold it. But anyways, I've had a PS3 now for years, and I've had a huge variety of games for it. Not just Skylanders or anything like that. So I decided to do this little video just to show you the games I own, ones I enjoy, see if there's anything you guys agree or disagree with me with, and just tell you about the games. Now, there's a lot of them, just letting you know, so we might be here for a little bit. So if you enjoy this, let me know. I do have other collections of games too that I can show off, like I got PS2 games and PS1. I got some PS4 stuff now. I got Wii U's. I got Wii. I got Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64, TDS, bunch of them. I got a lot of different games now, but I want to do this one because this is my biggest one. But there's going to be a lot of games here that you guys mightn't like or anything like that. But yeah, we're going to get into it here now and just see what you guys enjoy versus myself. So I guess I'll start off with pretty much the reason why we're even on this channel, with the Skylanders Collection. So I have all 6 games: Skylanders Spiral Adventure, Skylander Giants, Swap Force, Trap Team, Superchargers, and Imaginators. So I have all 6 of those games. As you all know, I am a big Skylanders fan. I've gotten all the games for PS3, and I have 3 of them for PS4, which is Swap Force, Trap Team, and Superchargers for the PS4. Imaginators, I'm working on it. I might buy the Dark Kit, but we'll see. But yeah, so that's the first one I'm going to start with, because everybody knows I have Skylanders and play Skylanders, and I enjoy it. So yeah, that's the easiest one to first go with. So the next one is probably one of my favorite series ever. It was sad that I never had a PS4, so I couldn't continue on with the rest of it, because when Unity came out of Assassin's Creed, I didn't have a PS4. I only just played Unity and didn't enjoy it. So that sucks. But the next one is the Assassin's Creed series. So Assassin's Creed 1, I got this for $10 at a used game shop back home. That's when I first got into it. I really enjoy this game, but for people who are just getting into the series, this one can get pretty boring, just letting you know. But go to Assassin's Creed 2. You can start with Assassin's Creed 2 and be fine. You might understand Ezio, or you might understand Altair's story in it, but you'll still like it regardless. But then we got Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, which is, I guess we'll call it the filler content of Assassin's Creed. It has the first, multiplayer mode, which is interesting. The multiplayer mode was really fun. But this one, Assassin's Creed Revelations, is probably my favorite, one of my favorite Assassin's Creeds. Not my favorite, but it's one of my favorites. Just because you play as Ezio and Altair, and you end both of their stories, which is amazing. Followed by Assassin's Creed 3. I actually know a guy who voiced Connor, the main guy, so that was cool. This is my favorite Assassin's Creed game, hands down, because it mixes assassins with pirates, and I love pirates. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. This one was phenomenal. I just love the fact that Edward didn't start off as an assassin. But here's one a lot of people didn't even know existed: Assassin's Creed Rogue. This came out on the PS3 the same time Unity came out on the PS4. So, of course, since I didn't have Unity, or PS4, I picked up Rogue. And I loved it. The story of this is phenomenal. It's one of the best stories in the game, and it's got pirates in it! So, it was great. I really love the Assassin's Creed series. For anybody who has never played Assassin's Creed, it's no better time to start now. It's on all major consoles. Even Wii U has Assassin's Creed 3 and Black Flag, and I don't know what it has after that, so I apologize for that. But if you have Xbox 360 or PS3, go back and play the older games, and then if you got PS4 or Xbox One, go play the newest ones. You really enjoy it. I haven't really played all the newest ones yet, so I can't say that. Now, another one I really enjoy are the music games. So, like rock bands and all of that. So, right now I have Guitar Hero World Tour, Guitar Hero 5, and Band Hero, which Papa Roach is on this, which blew my mind. Papa Roach's Lifeline is on this. So I really enjoy the rhythm games, as you call them. And along with that, I have Rock Band 2. Now, I don't have Rock Band 1 because you can take the songs from Rock Band 1 and put them onto Rock Band 2, so I put the songs on and then sold the game. And I have Beatles Rock Band, great game, I love Beatles Rock Band, and Rock Band 3. Now, I don't have the newest Guitar Hero Live, which I will be getting for the PS4 eventually, and I don't have Rock Band 4. So maybe I'll look into getting them once I get Rock Band Live. I don't know if the old controller works with it, because I do have the old Rock Band controller, so I might look into that one after. We'll bounce that down. Okay, so I may be looking into getting them in the future, but not right now. I do have Rocksmith for the PlayStation 4. I haven't played it forever. That's where you plug in an actual instrument and you learn the instrument. It was interesting, to say the least, but I kind of drifted off from it. I just got distracted with work and all that. But it's a cool rhythm game. It just shows like the future of rhythm games. So now we get to probably one of my favorite series of all time. And I mentioned this in a live stream a while back. I think it was last week or a couple weeks ago, that I enjoy the Sly Cooper games. So this series first came out on PS2, and it got remastered and put on the PS3. So this is the first 3 games, as you can see, of Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus, Sly 2 Band of Thieves, and Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves. And they actually got a 4th coming game with Thieves in Time, released a couple years later. This series is the most fun series ever. If I suggest this, still up on zone. I suggest this to anyone who just got a PS3 to buy the Sly Cooper collection. You can get it probably for dirt cheap now because it's been out for so long. You can probably get it for really cheap. And then if you like it, go get the 4th game, because the 4th game it's what I call like the perfect mold of the series. Like, it's perfect because Sly 3 ends not as a cliffhanger, but it gives you more options. So with Sly 4, it gives you that 4th game. So this is hands down one of the most fun series ever. If you guys want me to do a playthrough of this on the channel, I will. There's no brainer. I will do this playthrough on the channel, but that is up to you guys. The next one we'll do, I'll get a little bit more PG, I guess. So I do have 2 Grand Theft Auto games. I have Grand Theft Auto. This package is so destroyed. I think that's probably why I bought it, because it was so cheap, because the package was destroyed. So I got Grand Theft Auto 4, and it comes with the episodes of Liberty City. So it has the main Grand Theft Auto 4 game, but also comes with The Lost and the Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony. I really like this game. It's fantastic. It was funny, I went to play it one day. I literally was like, I think I should go back and play Grand Theft Auto 4. And I went and looked for it, I'm like, where is it? I supposedly sold it back. I didn't remember doing that. I'm like, why did I sell Grand Theft Auto 4 back? So I picked up the game, and for $13.49, because that's the platinum price for EB games, because I have a platinum card, and it came with the DLC included on for free, so that was really cool. And will this stand up on its own? Probably won't, because the back's destroyed, yeah. And then I also got Grand Theft Auto 5. I got it a couple months after it first came out. I got it for like a Boxing Day sale. It was like $30, because it was originally like $75, and I'm like, I'm not paying $75 for this game. This game is great. I love it. I used to play online with a couple friends all the time. The story is excellent. The characters are beautiful. It's just a great game. But as it says clearly, it is a mature game, so if you are not of 18 years, you should not be playing these games. That's what I say. But regardless, Grand Theft Auto is a great series. I love, like, say, San Andreas, so I will be playing that one probably again soon for PS2. So in the style of Grand Theft Auto, I also have, this was my first PlayStation 3 game of Saints Row 2, along with Saints Row the 3rd and Saints Row 4. So the one thing I can tell you about the Saints Row series is when it first came out, it was a Grand Theft Auto ripoff. I unfortunately haven't played the first one, but they tried to make it as a Grand Theft Auto game, and the ragdoll effects was making it, people were making it really, it was like people weren't taking it seriously. So in the second game, they stayed the same way, but they also had some comedy stuff involved. There's a lot of comedy in this, but the rest of the games, they were just like, okay, we're not going to take this seriously anymore. This game starts off as you're a gang and you're going around and you're killing other gangs and all this stuff. This game you get superpowers, and you're like Mass Effect. If you like Mass Effect, this is a good game for you. You become the president, actually. You become the president of the United States in Saints Row 4. Saints Row 4. But like this game is the funnest, most random game you're ever gonna play. But again, it is rated M for mature because there's a lot of like graphic scenes and cursing and all that stuff. So don't play this if you're under 18. But it's fantastic. I love this series so much. It's the dumbest thing ever, and that's why I love it so much. So the next one we'll do is we'll do the Lego games. So I do have a collection of Lego games. I actually have Lego Rock Band, which is the Rock Band version of Legos. This is fantastic. It's got some of the most random songs on there, but I really like it. And you can fully customize everything. You can customize your band members. You can customize yourself, your band members, exactly what they're playing. You can customize your road crew. You can customize your band manager and all this. Everything is fully customizable, and it's awesome. You can create a character that looks just like you and all that. It's so much fun. I love this game. And for the rest of the Lego games, I've played pretty much every Lego game, but if it's one game that I haven't fully played and 100% completed, because that's what I do with most Lego games, is I like 100% the game. Like this one here, Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, is probably my top 10 favorite games, because I love this game so much. I remember renting it at Blockbuster. Think about that. I rented it at Blockbuster years ago and loved it, and I happened to find it at EB Games for only fit for 15 bucks. So I decided to buy it and 100%ed it. Went into like the achievements, 100% all the trophies and all that. So then I started playing through the rest of them. I did like Lego Lord of the Rings, which is why The Hobbit is here. I kept The Hobbit because that's when I 100%ed it. So I like keeping the games on 100%. And then I started going through again, and I did Lego Jurassic World. Hilariously, I have not seen Jurassic World. Bex has and I haven't. I should. It's on Netflix. And there's a second one already out or coming out, and then there's a third one already confirmed. But these games are great for killing time, is the best way to describe it. I also have Lego Dimensions for PlayStation 3. I just left it over there because I have it all hooked up and everything. So I have the portal. I have a ton of Lego Dimension figures. But these Lego games are great time killers. I played these for weeks, months on end, completing everything because it's insane, all the stuff that they put into these games. So if you're looking for a great time killer game, Pirates of the Caribbean, even if you're not even a fan. But pretty much every one of them has their own, and pretty much every Lego has their own thing. There's Lego Harry Potter, that's just to name one, for example. And there's so many Lego Marvel. I think there's a new one coming out this year. I think it's The Villains or something. So, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff with the Lego games. They're so much fun. They don't take themselves seriously, and that's the best thing about them. So the next for the set of games I'll show off is Jack. You don't know Jack? And the Jackbox Party Pack. So you guys have probably seen the Jackbox Party Pack. There's 4 of them now. You've probably seen people play them on YouTube. There's a bunch of like quiz games and mini games and all that stuff into it. It's this big party game, and you play it all on your phone, which is really cool. So your phone is the controller, so you don't need like 5 or 6 controllers to play it. It's really fun. It's awesome for a collection, for a lot of people hanging out. I've had like 4 or 5 people playing the game with me. We were all playing on our phones, and it's just the stuff that you get into and the stuff you make up and all that. It's hilarious. I have the second one on PS2, PS3 downloaded, but the other 2 only came out for PS4 and Xbox One, so I'd have to buy them and put them on that console and continue on. But this game, You Don't Know Jack, I bought this game for my mother, actually. I was looking for a game that me and her could play, really. And I thought, oh, it's a quiz game. She'll be fine with that. And she loved it. She thinks this game is awesome. It's so much fun. But we didn't really play it after that. Me and Mom only played about like 5 or 6 games. But then me and my friend Dover and my friend Paul, we used to play this all the time. Like when I lived at an old house, they would come over and we would play this all the time, trying to get all the wrong answers of the game, which unlocks stuff and all that. There's a lot of random trophies. There's like one, you play the game on July the 4th to celebrate your independence. It's so cool. It's the most random trivia game ever. I suggest watching a YouTube video of it so you can understand it, because it's one of those games where it'll ask you a question, but it's so unorthodox. It's not like, it makes the game so unique. It's not just like, what shade is blue on the pigment scale? This one's like, if Cookie Monster was on the pigment scale, what number would he be? And you're like, Cookie Monster's blue. Okay, so he'd be blue, and then you gotta research like that. It's a really, really fun game, and I think a lot of people would love that game if they gave it a chance. You can probably get it for dirt cheap now, too. So for the rest of these games, they're not in a combo, so I'm just going to like kind of show it to you and just give you a quick little story on each one. This was the second game I ever bought. I think anybody who has a PS3 or PS4 has a Little Big Planet game. It's simple, it's fun, it's so great. I killed so much time playing this game. The online mode is fantastic. There's still people to this day playing the online mode and still creating new levels and stuff. It's insane. There's been 3 games since. There's been a Little Big Planet 2, 3, and karting. Karting sucks! Don't play karting! But it's so good. I really love Little Big Planet. It's just a good game. And speaking of variety games, I have Hasbro Family Game Night 3. I wanted this just because of the Game of Life is on it, and I absolutely adore the Game of Life. It's right up here. But it comes with Clue, which is fun too, Mousetrap, which I finally learned how to play the game thanks to that, and then it comes with a card game called Yahtzee Hands Down, which I still to this day don't know how to play, and then Twister. And you're like, how do you play Twister? It's just a quick time event. You gotta match the, it's actually, there's a small picture on the back, you can see it right there. The symbols come up and you gotta click it at the right time so you can dance. But this game is so much fun. I played this with Dover and Paul all the time. It is fantastic. I love this game so much. Then we have this one. Now, for you guys who might know what this is, I bought the fan pack of Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X2, the HD remasters, as it says on the side. So this is amazing. It comes with a prelogue, and it comes with like a bunch of art and all that stuff, and then it comes with the game. So this is the remaster of Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy X, and Final Fantasy XII, well X2 if you want to call it that. The story for these are amazing, looking past the whole Titus ha ha scene. And I actually got Riku's name from a character in this. So she's inspired by the Kingdom Hearts character, but I actually named her from Riku from this game. So, is that one there? That's Riku right there. There's Riku. Look, that's you. There's you. But this is a fantastic game. I love that it got remastered. It's the best game to get remastered in my opinion. And speaking of Riku, I only have one of the Kingdom Hearts for the PlayStation 3. I don't have any of the other ones. I'm probably going to get it for PS4. But this is Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 Remix. So they remastered the first game and they unlocked, they did Final Mix, which is a harder difficulty. It's fantastic. Along with that, they put Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories on here, which I wanted to play Chain of Memories on the PS2, but I never had it, so I got it here. And then for some reason, they have Kingdom Hearts 358/2 Days, but it's just HD remastered cinematics. It's not the game, it's just a movie, pretty much. I don't know why they did that, but it's pretty cool that they re-released the Kingdom Hearts games. I love Kingdom Hearts. I cannot talk enough about how much I love Kingdom Hearts. I mean, I named my guinea pig after one of the characters. I got the Kingdom Hearts pop vinyl box that came with EV Games, and I screamed when I got the 1 in 3 chance of glow-in-the-dark Tron, Sora, Goofy, and Donald. This game is Disney characters, as you can see, along with Final Fantasy characters, and it's got its own characters and all that. It is a fantastic game. If you get the chance to play it, do it. Kingdom Hearts 3 is supposedly coming out this year. It probably won't, because if you know anything like Square Enix, it's probably not going to happen. But it's a great game. Everyone should play it. Oh, I love it. Next up, I have the Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection. Sorry, that. So this comes with like 80 games. So it has like a bunch of games from the Genesis. So it has like Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Altered Beast, Streets of Rage 2, Golden Axe, just to name a few. It's got like Echo the Dolphin, Vector Man. So any game that came out on the Genesis, it's pretty, like the big pop ones, is on this. It was pretty awesome because I didn't have the Sega Genesis then, so I got to play Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on PlayStation. I got this game for $10. It was very worth the price, is all I can say. Now, speaking of the Grand Theft Auto games, I do have this game called Mafia 2. Now, you probably heard of Mafia 3. It came out for the PS4, and it didn't get great reviews. Now, the thing about it is, it's probably the same reason with Mafia 2. The graphics aren't great, the controls aren't great, the story is amazing. It's one of the reasons I love this game so much. The story is perfect. The gameplay is not great, the controls are bad and all this, but the story drew me into it because I love games with stories. The game could be garbage, but if it's got a good story, I'm paying attention to it. And that's one thing I love about this game. But it is rated M for mature, so if you guys did want to check this out, wait until you're 18. I can't tell you how good the first game or the third one is because I haven't played either of them, but this game is fantastic. If you love a good story in a game, this is what you go to. And speaking of stories in games, so you may have heard of supposedly the worst game of all time, Ride to Hell Retribution. I own it. As you can see, it dropped down in price a lot. It went from $30 to $20 to $15, and I'm like, I'm going to buy it with $15. This is the worst game I've ever played in my life that I've completed. It was so bad that I had to keep playing because it was so bad. This game is garbage. All you gotta do is watch one video on YouTube. I forget who's on Angry Joe Show. Looking past his vulgarity and all that, he does an amazing review of this game, and that's where I first heard of it. And then I happened to see it at AV Games, but it was like $30. I'm like, I'm not paying $30 for a terrible game. I got this game, I'm only keeping it because it goes down in history as like the worst game ever. It's so bad. It is terrible. Just go watch Angry Joe Show's video of this game and you'll fully understand, or watch anybody's video talking about how bad this game is. Just like, you know, it is rated M for mature because there's a lot of stuff in it, but regardless, it's the dumbest, stupidest game ever, and I love it so much. So the next one, we have a classic, The Last of Us. I got this game on day one. I was one of the last people to pick it up because I pre-ordered it, and I didn't get it until late at the night because I was working from 9 till 5, and then I got held up. Not like robbery, but I got like busy. So I went to pick it up, and she's like, wow, you're the last person. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm the Last of Us. But regardless, if you haven't played this game, the story is phenomenal, the graphics are amazing, the controls are so easy, it's so easy to pick up and play. This game has one of the best stories. The ending is a little weird, but if you enjoy just action-packed games, Naughty Dog is like the best when it comes to any of that. So like, play this, you'll love it, trust me. Last of Us 2 is supposedly coming out this year, I think, so that should be cool. And I have a PS4, so I may be able to play it. So check out Last of Us if you haven't, because it's definitely worth it. Now the next one I do is Sacred 3. Now, if you guys know Diablo, like a dungeon crawler game, this is very similar to that. Pretty much really the same exact thing. But the one thing I love about it is it's very tongue-in-cheek. Like, it knows it's a Diablo ripoff, but all the characters are really funny. So one of the things I noticed is, like, they will rip each other half the time, because you're playing as one character, but he talks to all 5 of them, even though they're all not there. But when I bought this game, I went into EV Games and I said, this is going to sound weird, but I'm looking for a couple games that I can play while I just like listen to music or watch videos. Like, I don't have to pay attention to the voice or the sound or anything. And they were really confused. They were like, okay, let's see what we can do. And one guy picked up Midnight Club, which I didn't really enjoy because the controls were pretty bad. But I gave this one a try, Sacred 3. He said he loved it. He's like, the story isn't impressive. So he's like, you can play with the story, but then you can continue on and do it. I'm like, okay. So I played it. It was really fun. I played as the archer guy in the middle. I forget what I named him because you can customize their names. There's like brawlers, there's sword slingers, there's sorcerers and all that. It's a really fun game. You can probably get it for dirt cheap now, so check that one out if you like dungeon crawlers. And actually, speaking of dungeon crawlers, I did get Diablo 3. I got it long after it came out. This is a great game. I don't even need to talk about it. Everybody knows how great Diablo is. It's simple. You can play on normal mode and you can fly through the game. You can play on hard mode if you want a big challenge. The first time I played this was with my best friend Jeff. I was terrible at it. I was the brawler or berserker, whatever it was, and I died so many times. But I play as the archer. I'm a big fan of archer classes on any of them, so this is a great game. That's all I really got to say about it. Y'all know how good Diablo is. The next one is the Smash Bros. Ripoff. PlayStation's All-Stars Battle Royale. I got this pretty much when it first came out. It was like, I think, a week or so after. My main is Dante from Dante's Inferno, and I played as a couple since then. I don't really play as a lot. I haven't played this in forever, but I do Dante. He's my main, but also Heihachi's pretty good too from the Tekken series. It's got a big cast, as you can see. Like, you got Kratos from God of War, you got Nathan Drake from Uncharted, Big Daddy from BioShock. You got for some reason Raiden from Metal Gear Solid. You got Ratchet from Ratchet & Clank, Sly Cooper, your boy. You got Sackboy, which was the most random. You got Fat Princess, which is a downloadable PS3 game. But it's got, like, Heihachi, it's got the dude from Killzone, I forget his name. What's his name from Infamous? I forget his name. Jak and Daxter's in it, and Parappa the Rappa, and there's a lot of downloadable stuff and all that. But this game is very simple beat 'em up, is all I can say. It's just a classic Smash Bros. Game. Playing online is cheap. I had one guy run in the corner and keep doing the same move over and over again, so we all ganged up on him, took him out, and then he quit. So it was funny. But it's simple. It's a simple Smash Bros. Game. You'll enjoy it if you enjoy Smash Bros. Very blatant ripoff, though. So next we have WWE 2K14. I did get WWE 2K16, and I hated it. I didn't like the fact that I created a character, and then it didn't have universe mode. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. But this one here is great. The roster is good, but I used to create a lot of my characters and do like NXT. I don't know if you guys know. Well, if you guys watch wrestling, you know what NXT is. That's their developmental. So any of like the big superstars coming to the main roster in WWE, they start off there. So I used to download a lot of characters. And I used to have this big NXT show. I used to like do it all the time. It was very fun. I have myself on this game. I have Crash Rowsell, and I also have William Watson, which is my wrestling persona. But maybe I'll create El Skylandero at one point. If you guys understand that reference, shout out to you. But yes, great wrestling game. I'm probably not going to update anytime soon, unfortunately, for anybody who plays wrestling games, so I probably won't be joining you anytime soon. I don't do online anyways. So next up, we got another Rockstar Games. I got Red Dead Redemption. It came in a sleeve for some reason. I don't know why I still had the sleeve, to be honest. Oh, because I like the inside. Hold on. I like that. It looks really cool. So Red Dead Redemption is Grand Theft Auto in the Wild Wild West. That's all I can describe it. It is one of the best story-driven games. It's got some of the best side missions. You could be riding down the tracks with a horse, and some lady goes, "Hey, can you help me?" And when you pull up, her gang pops out with a gun, and either you can give them money or kill them or try to run away. Like, it's amazing. It's those little things like that, and there's so much content to this, and I'm so excited for the second one that's coming out this year. It's going to be great. I'll probably pick it up a little bit after the hype dies down, so I can get it for a pretty good price. But yes, this is a fantastic game, rated M for mature, so if you want to play it, be legal age. Actually, we'll do this Rockstar game next. We have LA Noir. This game is known for its facial recognition. It was like this new... it was revolutionary at the time that they recorded people's face, and the main concept of the game is you play as Detective Cole Phelps, and you can read people's face and see what they're acting, and you can determine if they're telling the truth or they're lying or something like that. So it was an amazing technology for it. The game looks so good, even to this day, and it actually just recently got remastered for PS4, Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch. It's a fantastic game. I think everyone should play it, but it is rated M for mature, as you can see. Well, kind of. But it's excellent. It's based in the 1940s, so it's like old and all this, but it's so good. Anybody who likes cop games, you'll love this game. It's phenomenal. And speaking of cop games, Sleeping Dogs is one of the best games ever. I don't care what anyone says. This is one of the most fun games I think I've ever played in my life. If anyone has ever played this game, it's actually based from the True Crime series. I don't know if you remember that. It was True Crime Streets of LA and True Crime New York, if I'm not mistaken. This was going to be True Crime Hong Kong, but it turned into Sleeping Dogs. Developed by Square Enix, you know, the guys who do Final Fantasy and stuff. It's phenomenal. It's got some of the most over-the-top gameplay, but the story is great. My mom enjoys this story. She watched me play it on Boxing Day one year, and she loved it. She thought the story was great. I even told her about it. I'm like, hey, I just bought this game again. She was like, oh yeah, I remember that. So she remembers this game. You're an undercover cop who's part of this team called the Sun On Yee, or this gang, and you're trying to get to the inside source and all that, but you get caught up in it because your friend's part of it and all this, and you get more trusting and all that. It's a phenomenal game. You can get it for dirt cheap. I got it for $7. Worth every penny, but it's also rated M for mature, so keep an eye out for that. Next one we got is Beyond Two Souls. So you guys might know what this game is. This was created by the same people who did Heavy Rain, which if you guys played Heavy Rain, Heavy Rain's got like a really good story, but it lacks in certain places. So Beyond Two Souls is You're playing as Ellen Page. She's an actor, and Willem Dafoe is in the game too. That's Willem Dafoe there, and that's Ellen Page on the front. So Ellen Page's character has this like kind of voice inside of her that can turns into a it pops out of the game and it does stuff. I can't really describe it. The only thing I said that I don't like about this game is the story's all over the place. Like there's a timeline and you start at the end and then it boosts you to like the middle and then you go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back like that. It's not completely straight. I feel like if you played this game completely straight, it would be phenomenal. But I really enjoyed this game. It was one of my favorite games the year it came out. But it's also rated M from sure, just letting you know. But this game is so good if you give it the chance, is the best way to describe it. Next one is Need for Speed The Run. Now, I don't play any racing games. The only racing game I played before Need for Speed The Run was Burnout, and Burnout is phenomenal. So, I actually have Split Second too, but that's a game I haven't played yet, so I don't have it in my collection. Everything over here is games that I've played and kept, instead of selling back to EV Games and such. Need for Speed The Run starts off really weird. If you're doing the story mode, you start off, your character's in the car and he's like knocked out and he wakes up and you find that you're tied to the car. And then it's a quick time event to get out of the car. Then you get out of the car, hop into a car, and then the racing begins. And at certain points in the game, the quick time events come back. And you get out of your car and all this stuff. But you actually don't get out and walk around, it's just a quick time event. I think the story for this one is really good and that's why I liked it. And the game gets really hard getting to the end because the run is... you're got to go from California to the other side of the United States. I forget exactly where it is. Oh, San Francisco to New York. Race from the Golden Gate to the Empire State is what it is. So you race from San Francisco and you're racing through and it gets to certain spots. And at certain points you got to beat your rivals. Certain points you got to just catch up, make up time and all this. It's a great game. It's rated T for teen. I don't know why. It says language even though I don't remember any cursing or anything. And I don't even think he said dang at one point. But this game is great. It's on all like the minor systems, PS3, Xbox 360, so definitely pick this up if you get a chance. You can get it for pretty cheap now. The next one is, if anybody's in school, you've probably heard of the story of Dante's Inferno. I don't have any of these stickers taken off, and I apologize for that. Dante's Inferno is about the 7 layers of hell. So it's an amazing story. This game has got some of the most captivating graphics. The story is phenomenal. I wanted to play this game for so long, very similar to the God of War series. It is a hack and slash craziness game. I love this game so much. There's nothing hard about it, and it portrays the actual story of Dante's Inferno perfectly. I think this is the only game that I've ever played that the story was accurate to what they were trying to portray. So if you ever get a chance to read Dante's Inferno, I suggest you do. It's very mature though, so wait until you get a little bit older if you do want to watch it, or even play this game, because it's rated M for mature too. But the story is phenomenal. It's so good. It's about Dante's struggles of getting through the 7 layers of hell, because all 7 layers have their own thing, which I won't go into detail about because I don't want to talk about in this video, but it's so good. If you ever get the chance, definitely read the book and play the game, because they're both perfectly aligned. It's kind of like Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, their books are just like the movies. Like, it was amazing how they put 2 and 2 together. To the end of it, the next one we have is Hail to the Chimp. I saw this game way back when I was still in high school. Me and my friend Paul watched a video of these 2 guys playing. It's called The Game Show on Machinima. That tells you how old this is. I've seen it at EB Games, and for some reason it was $35. And I'm like, this game came back in like 2018, I think. 2008. This game is 10 years old. Happy 10-year birthday, Hail to the Chimp. So the main premise of this game is you play as these people on the back. You can play as anyone you want, and their goal is to become the president. And it's got 2 different kinds of mini-games. Not even joking. 2 mini-games. And if you do the story mode, you do those same 2 mini-games over and over and over again. It is the most boring game ever. Thank God I only got this for $5 at a used game shop. And I'm just happy I got to play it. It is garbage, and I love it so much. It's just like Ride to Hell, except this one's way more fun. It's rated T for teen? Hold on. Alcohol and tobacco references, spelled tobacco wrong. Crude humor and mild cartoon violence. I understand mild cartoon violence because you're beating them up. But alcohol and tobacco references and crude humor? I don't even understand that. They spelled tobacco wrong. They put 2 B's in tobacco. Why do they do that? The next one is, I actually showed this in my Crash to Skylander hunting. I don't know what episode it was, 2 or 3 maybe, about the Wolf Among Us. Now, this is from Telltale Games. Now, if you know anything about Telltale Games, they're they're notably known for the Walking Dead Telltale series, which was phenomenal. I loved all 3 games. They were so good. Kenny will always be my favorite character. I don't care what anyone says. I love Kenny. This game is amazing. This is probably my favorite Telltale series game, and I played a bunch of them. This one is based off of fairy tales. So you're playing as the big bad wolf, as you can see, and he actually turns into the wolves at some point. But you're hanging out with like Beauty and the Beast. You work with Snow White. Ichabod Crane is there. There's a magic mirror. Bloody Mary is part of it at one point. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. The Crooked Man. It's so much stuff. But this game is extremely graphic, very gory, not PG at all. Very worth the M for mature. So wait till you're old enough to play this. This game is insanely good. I love it. It's one of the best games Telltale has ever created. South Park: The Stick of Truth. I'm a fan of South Park. I know a lot of you guys don't, or aren't a fan of it, and that's perfectly fine. This is one of those games that you don't have to be a fan of the show to play. And this is the game that shows that you can take a licensed property and make it into a phenomenal game. Like, this game has so many references to the TV show, so if you are a fan of the game, or the TV show, this game is great. But it has one of those stories that you can just come in and just do whatever you want, and as long as you aren't the most sensitive person ever, this game is phenomenal for you. I mean, at one point you go to an abortion clinic. So that's all I say about that. It's rated M for mature, so only if you're of 18 or older you should play this game. But if you're a fan of South Park, definitely check this out. I haven't played the new one yet, Fractured But Whole, but I will be getting that eventually, because it looks fun. Next up is a game that I knew nothing about. I remember when I worked at Walmart, I walked by, and I looked over and I'm just like, what is that game? And it just came out that day, so I went to EV Games a little while later, and saw it there, and I was like, Murdered Soul Suspect, what is that? So the girl who was working there, she literally said, she's like, I don't know anything about this game. It just showed up. There was no announcement, no hype, no nothing about it. And it's by Square Enix. You know, Final Fantasy. So it came out, and she picked it up, and she's like, I'm about halfway through it, and it's really cool. It's interesting. So what happens at the beginning of the game is you can see your character has these little holes in them. Those are bullet holes. Your character dies at the beginning of the game, but you become a ghost. So the whole concept of the game is for you to... Sorry. I'll read it on the back, actually. So Ronan O'Connor, a detective with the Salem police, has his life brought to a brutal end by a masked killer. Caught in the purgatorial world of dusk, he must combine his investigative skills with powerful supernatural abilities to uncover the shocking link between his own death and a ritualistic killer, leaving a terrifying mark upon the town of Salem. The story for this is great. It's one of those ones that, like, when certain things happen, you're just like, wait, what? It's so good. I think I'm probably going to play this game again soon. It's out for PS4. I would love to live stream this game, but I know, unfortunately, you guys are under the age for this one because it's mature. But this game is so good. It's definitely one of those games that people slept on and didn't realize it. A lot of people didn't like this one just because it has a short campaign, but who cares? Who cares if this campaign is short if it's enjoyable? And I really enjoyed this, so I think you guys would too. Just wait till your legal age. And lastly, I have Minecraft for the PS3. So that is my PlayStation collection, my PS3. So these are all the games that I have that I've kept and I have played. Every single one of these I've played fully through. If I'm not mistaken, I have. Yes, I played them. Why would I have them if I didn't play them all through? I do have a couple other PS3 games, but they are ones I'm going to be playing at a later date. They might be joining my collection and all that. Is that all of them? I just got to double check. I have the Rock Band Track Pack Volume 2. I forgot I had that. But yeah, that's it for the movies. Or the games. So yeah, there's a lot of games, a lot of suggestions for you guys who, for some reason, might be just getting a PS3 or anything. A lot of good games. It's just, I do have a lot of games that are M for mature, so wait till your legal age before you start playing those. But there's a lot of games I have here that are great for T for teen or anything like that, like Sly Cooper. Play Sly Cooper. If you want me to play it, I will. But that's going to do my little collection video. I know it's a completely different video on the channel, but I like talking about my games. In the future, I may do a top 10 of my favorite games if you guys want that. So let me know, leave a like, comment below. But that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, just sitting here talking about my games. And if you enjoyed it, let me know, leave a like in the comment below. Let me know, but leave a like in the comment below. Knows that rhymes? But as always, I bid you farewell.